Good morning from Kendal, Cumbria. I'm just making my way up to the castle that overlooks the town. Very historic, it's a ruin now. Let's go and have a look. Alright, so that's where we're heading to. Just up there, you might be able to see it behind the trees. I'm going past a dry ski slope, which is conspicuously not being used at the moment, but this is the car park for the Snow Sports Club, so presumably it is used from time to time. There you go, there's a picture of it. So onward and upward. There you go, look. Looks a bit bumpy. Probably quite good fun. Adult lessons, open sessions, adaptive sessions, race training, freestyle, kids lessons. So yeah, it's all going on there, but just not at the moment. Instead, I'm heading this way up these steps towards the castle through the dark woods. Well, there's a really mossy tree in front, all framed by two silver birch trunks. So maybe I'll try and take a picture of that. There you are, Kendal Castle, this way, up the hill. It's only a short hill, and it's got some steps. It's not too muddy, despite the amount of rain we've had up north recently. Forecast when I'm driving back on Friday is absolutely appalling. So that should be exciting. Right, there's that mossy tree. Very nice. So after that short, sharp pull, I'm left with a choice of a path going downwards or a path going upwards. Well, I want to go up. Now, is there like a shortcut as well, or do I have to go all the way round? I think I'm going round. Maybe I should get Google. Oh no, look, there's a path this way. Très bien. Right, up to the castle. And after that steep little pull, I'm up near the castle ruins, built apparently in the 12th century. Once home of Catherine Parr, Henry VIII, sixth and last wife. Oh, magnifique. Got the iPhone only, so I'll take a few pictures once I get my bearings. This engraved information board from Kendal Civic Society. Apparently this plaque replaces the one erected in 1989 as part of the celebrations of the 800th anniversary of Kendal's Market Charter, with the support of the Cumbrian County Council Neighbourhood Forum. And here's an engraving of the castle as it might have appeared around about 1400, with the Parr coat of arms there. So very interesting. Over here we can see that the earthwork of the first castle in Kendal can still be seen on Castle How to the west side of the town. Accommodation in the wooden motte and bailey castle, which occupied that restricted site, must have been very cramped, and this may have been why it was abandoned in favour of its present site. The present castle was built by an early baron of Kendal, possibly Gilbert Fitz, or William his son. Gilbert joined the rebellious barons, and following William's capture at the siege of Rochester in 1215, his castle was forfeited to the crown. It was restored to William in 1241 and eventually passed by marriage to the Parrs in 1383, becoming their ancestral home. The best known member of the family was Queen Catherine, the last wife of Henry VIII. Abandoned and in state of decay in 1572, the castle was acquired for the town in 1896 to mark Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. So there you are, that's some of the history of the ruins that you see in front of you here. Well, very interesting. Year 7 in history. Of course, you'll have, if you're a student of that, you will have noticed my mention of Motte Bailey Castle. I am a big fan of information boards, and this is a particularly good one. You can download an audio trail as you walk around. I might do that. I didn't realise you could do that. But here's a depiction of what Kendal might have looked like in 1480. In the 1480s, as the medieval period ended, the Baron of Kendal's view would have looked rather like this map. What can you still see? What do you notice about the street names? Right, so here we are, the river with the bridge across and the way to London, that way. Then you've got Church Lane, Highgate. Then you've still got that cross in the middle, I think, at Finkel Street. The river kind of meandering around here. The castle proudly looking down on the town. There's a church by the looks of it there. And the way to Scotland and Shap, that way, Wildman's Gate. And another bridge into the town across the River Kent. So again, another really splendid information board there. And this is what the town looks like today from my vantage point. Very misty, but luckily we can see something. We've got, there you are, a beacon, which no doubt was lit for the Queen's funeral and maybe the D-Day memorials last year, that kind of thing. And here's the castle. So let's go and find another information board. Just crossing what would have been the moat. Maybe this would have been a drawbridge or something, I don't know. And coming into the castle proper now. And we have another very fine looking information board past what might have been the gate into the castle. Right. Well, yes, there's more information of how to get onto the audio trail. Standing high above Kendal, these ruins are the remains of the magnificent fortified manor of the Barons of Kendal. For almost 500 years, the families of Lancaster, Bruce, Roos and Parr dominated Westmoreland life, administering a vast estate, keeping the peace, dispensing justice and becoming very wealthy. So this used to be a tower, and I am going up the more modern steps towards what I'm hoping is going to be a good vantage point, maybe to take some pictures of the local area. Here we go, up these steps. Oh, there's another information board at the top. This is splendid. The more information boards, the better. Okay, so let's just scoot round. Look at that. Magnificent views. Hopefully the few shafts of light, you know, dancing around the town would be nice. Don't think we're going to get that, and there are one or two breaks in the cloud. Right, let's have a look at this information board. The Northwest Tower is what we're about to find out about. I am standing in one of the towers that overlook medieval Kendal. Originally it had 3 stories, but the uppermost level has been destroyed. The lower story is a rough stone vault, maybe used as a storeroom. The upper room would have been a comfortable private accommodation, perhaps for a castle official. It has a fireplace, spiral staircase and 2 big windows that look out across the town and courtyard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go around the castle and take some photographs here with my iPhone. And I'll put those on now. Hopefully I'll get some interesting ones. You know, I'll just really shoot whatever captures my eye and attention. You really can't fault the number of information boards there are around here. So looking at the Manor Hall here probably the most prominent remains on the site. And there's a nice picture there of, depiction of maybe a feast going on, a medieval banquet. So around 1184, Gilbert Fitzrainfred, Lord of Kendal, built earthworks and a wooden castle on Castle Hill in case of Scottish attack. The hill was has excellent protection from the River Kent and commanding views over the valley. His son William built the stone castle around 1240. Over time, it became a magnificent fortified manor house and a status symbol of the baron's wealth and power. And though the castle was never attacked, Kendal was devastated by Scottish raids in 1189, led by Duncan of Fife, and in 1316 and 1322 by Robert the Bruce. Sir William Parr, grandfather of Henry VIII's sixth wife, Queen Catherine Parr, made the most extensive and expensive alterations between 1461 and 1483. He held very important positions at the court of Edward the Fourth and moved nearer to London before his death in 1483. You can see his tomb in Holy Trinity Church, Kendal. He was the last Baron of Kendal to live at Kendal Castle. From then on, the barons managed the estate through a steward of tenants. So there you are. Interesting information. Very good. Yes, beautiful views of the surrounding area. And look, there's some more of the old manor house inside the castle walls. And now, I'm wandering around here. I wonder if that's the well. Oh, it's been filled in now if it is. But let's see, there is another information board here. Courtyard and well. Yes, so looking out this way, there's some very wintry looking trees. A few birds on top of the trees there. Just looking out over the surrounding area. And I'm here by the information board, and it says this: and though the courtyard is a peaceful place today, what might you have seen and heard in its heyday? A noisy and busy place with important people visiting the Baron on horseback, traders delivering goods, servants rushing around, and animals making a lot of noise. The courtyard may have been cobbled, but more likely it was bare earth and very muddy when it rained. Okay, and there again you've got some nice possible depictions of what life might have been like. And again, yes, here a bit of scaffolding going up and, construction taking place. All right, interesting. Good to see another information board here. Right, with the castle framed, or at least the manor bit of the castle framed between the posts of it. Very nice. Looks like there's meant to be something there, kind of blocking it. Anyway, the last Baron to live at Kendal Castle died in 1483. The Parr family soon abandoned the lavish manor house, and 90 years later it's described as a ruin. Look through the window. This is what we think the castle entrance might have been like. I guess that is the window there. Imagine that you approaching the castle as an important visitor to the Baron or as a trader delivering goods. Are you impressed by the imposing entrance between the two high towers? what will you say to the guard on duty? So use your imagination, and I guess you have to use your imagination to picture what might have been there just a few years ago. Right, that was good. I am now going to make my way around the castle and see if there's any interesting pictures or shots I can take as I go round. The castle, it's not too big, but quite interesting. Taking a few pictures. I am impressed by the number of information boards you get here, so well done to Kendal Council or whoever is providing this information. I always think it's good to, if you get a little bit of history of the area, just really accessible to people, really enhances the experience. And here we have Castle Hill, where we're on, where the castle is on. And it tells us a little bit about the natural history. So it says, you're walking on the site of former glacial activity. More than 10,000 years ago, as the ice retreated, a huge amount of rock under a glacier was moulded into an elongated whale-shaped hill that you see today. This is known as a drumlin. Kendal Castle stands on the steep end that faced into the glacier, and a long gentle slope behind is in the northwest-southwest direction of the ice flow. There are many drumlins in Cumbria, from Kirby Longsdale to Furness. We think Kendal's drumlin is the only one with a castle on top. Okay, so I'm going to make my way back down towards the town. Maybe take a few pictures on the way. So I'm just about to cross over the footbridge over the River Kent. Once more, I'm impressed by the amount of information boards around Kendal. And this is explore the history around Abbot Hall. We've got here a picture. A treat for aged people and widows at Abbot Hall on the 24th of June 1897, Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee, forerunner of the annual Old Folks Treat. On leaving, the ladies received a piece of fruitcake and the gentlemen a packet of tobacco. And you've got some more pictures from yesteryear. The canal was completed in 1819, bringing coal into Kendal and taking out limestone and goods. So very good. I am now going to go this way, where I think there are some more flood defences being built. So here we've got Kendal Flood Risk Management Scheme, because this river, when it floods, does create problems. So a new flood defence wall is being constructed along the waterside. The new glass top flood wall will extend from the top of Kent View along the riverside to downstream of Edgecombe Court. The flood wall has an integrated floodgate which can be closed in flood conditions once the full scheme is complete. Here's a closer look at some of the works being undertaken to mitigate the risk of flooding. Looks impressive. Those look like big kind of Lego blocks made of concrete. All sorts going on here to protect these homes, which have got a lovely position by the side of the river. But obviously that position is somewhat threatened when the river floods. Now on the other side of the valley, the approach into Kendal proper begins to go uphill quite steeply. Then we hit a cobble street. And I'm just continuing to head uphill. I could go straight on or left. I think I'll go straight on, probably a little bit more interesting. Famous 1657 chocolate house, tea room, bit of history there. Shut, obviously. Oh, we've got this rather nice, lovely shop, some lovely paintings of the local area. And on the other side of the road here, you've got an estate agent with properties for sale. This one here, you get a farm, 1.2 million British pounds. This one obviously a slightly more expensive one at nearly 1.6. And like a 419,500 gets you one of them. Plenty of space at the top there, just short of £1 million. Maybe there's some cheaper ones on the other side. Oh yes, there is. 3-bedroomed, 1 bathroom, 1 living room, 290,000. And let's have a little look. Oh, just buy a piece of land for 120,000, stick your tent on it, away you go. And a kind of a more modern property there at the top. One of those will set you back 425,000. So quite interesting. It's market day here in Kendal, or it looks like it. There's a few market stalls out. Believe in children, say Bernardo's. Believe in food, says the shop next to it. Oh, this we've got like lots of local produce, plants, fruit and vegetables. A little bit of music being played. Cash paid for scrap, gold, silver, platinum and diamonds. So if you've got any spare of those, bring them along here and get some cash to replace them. All right, I'm gonna head now to the coffee shop, past the Simply Fishmonger, selling some fine cuts of fish. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you on the next one.